Hello, and welcome to this short video from buyandstoregold.com, where we take a look at this wonderful infographic that was provided to us by JM Bullion and has to do with reportable transactions when buying and selling gold and silver. And they subtitle here, What the IRS Needs to Know, or What They Demand to Know. Now, I want to make very clear that this is not about avoiding taxation in any way, shape, or form. Whether there's a 1099-B or not, you still can be responsible for paying taxes on a sale. And for any tax questions, please consult a qualified tax advisor. But what we want to talk about here are some instances when you can buy gold and silver anonymously and not have it be reportable. Now, this is not because we want to skirt any laws, but merely because we want to protect ourselves and afford ourselves a level of privacy that we're entitled to. Certainly, having your name in a database with even small amounts of gold and silver that may have changed hands can make you a target for burglary, robbery, or just something nasty. And there's no reason to be in a database like that or on such a list if you don't have to be. And we all know that just because a government or a corporation tells you that they are going to secure your data and that you can trust them with your data, hopefully we all know better, whether it be healthcare.gov that takes our most private information and gives it to third parties, or whether it be these seemingly frequent data breaches in the largest retailers that certainly should have the resources to secure your data but don't, and result in you getting that new credit card because you shop there. Well, this infographic talks about, as I say, both the buying and selling reportable transactions and what might be exempt from reporting. Now, of course, when you sell your bullion, the IRS does have the Form 1099-B that applies to specific bullion sales, but not all. And again, it has nothing to do with whether it's taxable, just whether or not it is reportable. And they start here with reportable items, and you might not be surprised to find the gold and silver bars on here. But keep in mind also that there can be minimum fineness requirements and minimum reportable amounts. So just because a particular bar or coin shows up on the reportable list, if it is under the minimum reportable amount, then it might be exempt. And that's what this infographic is designed to do. And things can change, so do always check to make sure that there hasn't been any changes since the date of this infographic. And JM Bullion has promised to try to keep us up to date when those changes do occur. But you might find it surprising that our neighbors to the north here, as we are U.S. citizens here, the neighbors in Canada provide a wonderful gold maple leaf coin, but that is reportable if you have 25 1-ounce coins or more. And that's quite a bit. So if you're selling 20 coins, no problem. 10 coins, no problem. The Krugerrand is probably no surprise because it does have quite a reputation as being that, I don't know, that James Bondish kind of off-the-record coin. And whether it deserves that moniker or not, why it is on the reportable list. Mexican Onza, I've never seen one, but if you have one. And 90% silver U.S. coins are on this list as well. And again, they have a minimum here, $1,000 face value or more. Now, if you want to know why they are reportable, it kind of goes into that here. But what you might be most interested in is the items that are exempt. And here you have the Australian kangaroos and kookaburra, hard time pronouncing that for some reason. Fractional bullion coins, including those from our neighbors to the north in Canada. The American buffalo, the wonderful near solid gold coin from the U.S., the pandas from China. Of course, the eagles, both in gold and silver. The Canadian silver maple leaf is exempt, and don't ask me why they exempt one, not the other. And the Austrian coins, the rather beautiful Philharmonic. Now, when buying your bullion, there can be a Form 8300 that a lot of people are not familiar with, I'm sure. It has to do with reporting cash transactions over $10,000 on a single transaction or a series of related transactions. Now, they mention here a 24-hour period, but I know when it comes to banks, they can kind of do whatever they want to if they deem something suspicious. But here they have a definition of what cash is and isn't. You can kind of go through that. And there's a link to this in the description of the video, so you can go through this entire document at your leisure. But there's a couple scenarios here. And this one might be surprising to you. It was to us. If a customer goes to a local coin shop and uses a $12,000 cashier's check, is that reportable? And they say no. And the reason is because then in an amount over $10,000, a cashier's check is not considered cash because the issuing bank does the due diligence then, not the coin dealer. So in that case, it is exempt. Scenario 2, you go and pay $8,000 cash for bullion, come back a few hours later, buy 3,000. Yep, that's reportable, and we'll get you maybe a second look for being suspicious as well. Here's another scenario here, and here's online orders and using bank drafts. But you can kind of go through all these and see what is required. Here's even they tell you on a Form 8300 what the IRS is going to ask that dealer for. And if the customer chooses not to provide or leaves sections blank, the dealer still has to file the form. So we can see kind of a nice overview of what is and is not reportable in buying and selling silver and gold coins. It's not exhaustive, but it does give you a real good idea of what to look for. And it does say at the bottom here, this is infographics education only, should not be considered financial advice. We do not give financial advice on our website, kind of a disclaimer we have to give. We do not give tax advice. For any tax questions, please consult a qualified tax advisor. But we do have a link to JM Bullion's site with this infographic on it in the description of the video. You can just click on that and head right there. Also got some links to our website, buyandstoregold.com. We've got a full review of JM Bullion, tell you about how we've gone through the, I guess, the due diligence process and getting to know them process to where we find that we trust them. We trust them with our own money, with our own clients, family, and friends to use their services. JM Bullion is known for having very low minimums, very low prices, and excellent service. So we do recommend them. Please check out those links. Hope this video has been helpful. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.